Hey, it's Rebecca again. Today I will be reviewing The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Basically what this book is about is, it is set in the future. So America gets in this huge war, whatever, and it's not America anymore. It's called Panem. It's set into 12 districts and a capital. Panem is a very gruesome place to be. It's not happy. The people are not chipper whatsoever. The capital every year has this thing called the Hunger Games to remind them that they're in charge and they're these evil, crazy people. And what the Hunger Games are is it's literally a fight to the death. It takes two kids, a boy and a girl from each district, and throws them into an arena filled with whatever landscape the capital chooses and makes them fight to the death. It's a great place. 16-year-old Katniss' name isn't called for the drawing. Her little sister is, and she's only 12. For the Hunger Games, any child between the ages 12 or 18 has to submit an entry form to compete in the Hunger Games. Horrible. So her sister's name is then called, and she comes forward and takes her little sister's place so she won't be killed, and hopefully Katniss will have a better chance of surviving the Hunger Games than her little sister. Also, another boy from her district, whose name is so funny. His name is Peta. I love names like this. What made me laugh is because it's spelled P-E-E-T-A. I couldn't decide if I wanted to pronounce it pita, like pita bread, or pita, like how British people say Peter. And there's even a scene later in the book when Katniss yells out Peta, and she's just like, Peta! That name is so funny. Peta and Katniss are then transported to the capital, and that's basically where the Hunger Games, you have your training, your preliminaries, and then you're thrown into the arena with 23 other people, and you have to kill them. Even though two people from each district are chosen, only one person can win the Hunger Games. Whoever wins will be shown money, shown glory, their district will get better funding, but then also their career afterwards has to be to train, to mentor the chosen ones from their districts. So Peta and Katniss have to be trained together and have to, I wouldn't say bond because they know not to bond because both of them are gonna die, probably. They are, just trained together, have conversations and whatever. A ghost of a friendship starts to grow. So in the Hunger Games, you are, put into an arena with 23 other people, and it's a fight to the death. You're not prepared with any weapons. They don't give you anything, but you do have a minute to go to this, they called it something, but I can't remember what it's called. This stand where there's weapons and backpacks and all this stuff, and get your stuff and move out. So during the Hunger Games, there are people out to get you at every single second. Katniss does... Oh! Sorry. Also, it's filmed 24/7 and aired on live TV. The Hunger Games, watching your children from around the country slaughter each other is filmed. And when I first read that, I was like, wait, so you're running around in a forest trying not to get killed, climbing trees, and there's camera people following you around being like, I gotta get this shot, gotta smile. Can't see the cameras, but they're there. But that's what they said. But I still have this visual of this camera crew following around each person, trailing cords behind them, and with the furry microphone thing on a stick, what'd you say? I gotta get your battle cry on tape. That made me laugh. So the Hunger Games proceed, and people are going down. The number of people are going down. Food is scarce. She has to just gather berries and twigs and build fires and look for water and purify the water. It's all this survival stuff. It's basically one big badass game of Survivor. Oh, and also, there's these things called sponsors. Basically, if they think you have a chance of winning, they will fund things. If you need something, she burned herself and she really needed ointment. And this parachute just came down. And it's a little jar. And it's thanks. So they just parachute stuff down. And then at nighttime, whoever has died, so you can keep track of how many people are left, they send cannon fires and then air the pictures on a projector in the sky of their faces so you can know how many have died and how many are left, like, each night. During the book, romance blossoms between Peeta and Katniss. It's not very, very, very serious, but, you know, it's there. What really sucks, their mentor, or their stylist, whatever, told them to, like, act it up for the cameras and everything. So Katniss is there, like, trying to be, like, you know, oh, I love him. And Peeta's there, like, literally, like, I like her. I want to do all this badass stuff for her. So can you guess how the book ends? That's how it starts out. But, you know, feelings do grow and they do find each other again during the, you know, the whole Hunger Games. So only one person can win. And when it's down to a couple of people, they do kill each other off. Spoiler alert, Peeta and Katniss actually come up with this plan to both pretend like they're eating poisonous berries at the same time because there's only them two left at the end. So they're about to put them in their mouth, and the people are like, no, don't. Like, two people can win the games. Two people can win the games if they're both from the same district. So, like, they're flown up into a helicopter and everything. But Peeta's in really bad condition, and Katniss, like, you know, she's in bad condition too. So the book ends really nicely, like Hunger Games, what's going to happen now. But when they're driving back to their district, Peeta is like trying to hold her hand and be all romantic. And then Katniss is just like kind of like shy, or not shy, but like, what do I do now? I mean, we're both alive. Isn't that the point of it? And obviously not. And she tells him like, oh, I thought it was just for the cameras. And he's like, well, it wasn't. And then it ends. On that note, it's kind of sad. Like, you want there to be something there. You do. But you gotta remember, you can't force it. You gotta let it take its course. There is a second book, Catching Fire. And I think the third book is even coming out later this year in August. So I will definitely be reading Catching Fire soon. So, my thoughts. I like this book. I heard really, really good reviews on this book. And even when I went to Borders, one whole bookshelf was just filled with the Hunger Games series, 1 and 2. And it was just filled. And plus it was 20% off, so, you know, gotta do that. And I was like, okay, I have to see this book. What is this book about? Like, why does everyone love this book? It was very well written. It was very original. How she made it so good, I don't even know. Like, it's just such a good book, and it's one of those books where there's a main thing going on, and for once that the main thing isn't a romance. As much as I love romances, I like, you know, the dark guy, and he has, like, you know, he's kind of secretive, and I love that, I do. But when a whole series is based off of a romance and the problems that are corrupting the romance, it can be good, but it gets old really fast. And the Hunger Games, there is like the whole like side note of Peeta and, you know, what's going to happen to Peeta and are they going to get together? I just like saying Peeta. But, you know, does focus on the Hunger Games. Most of Katniss's thoughts focus on survival and how she's going to survive and how she's going to get home. She has friends at home. She has family. She does realize that she can't be with Peeta until like the end. So, you know, she discovers her feelings along the way, and that's a really good quality to have in a book. Because when you start the book off with just pure, like, this is the guy, I need him, and then figure out that he is the one that has all these things going on, which is great. Like, I love it, but it gets old. And I really like that this book had more of a real vibe. Not real like we would go into the Hunger Games, but real like you meet someone through something that's actually real, like a real problem. And then you see that you persevere with someone. And then you can build a relationship off of that. I really enjoyed that. I'm excited for the second book. I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't read reviews or anything about the second book, but I have ordered it. It is being shipped to me. I'm really excited to read it. So my review, if you haven't read it, go read it. Like, it's really good. It does not have that much romance in it. It's very well written and it's very original, and, you know, go read it. So I'll see you guys next time.